Yeah, that went up.
That thing kicked. It's a perfect shot if I can get it to come down. You see it swinging?
I do. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, backside a little. On the move.
Yes! Getting the shot is the first challenge. Getting your rope through all of that, who knows what, is the next one. Now I'm gonna break some dead sticks out. Sorry about that. See, like usually when you get a shot, you have to break out all of this, who knows what route you went up there, and you get all this slack. This is just totally firm. So that shot was dialed.
I was about to say, you can say perfect, it's okay.
It was perfect, yeah. I mean, I'll wait to say that until after it doesn't drop me. So for the audience watching, what we have here is a crispy snag of which we don't know how long it's dead. So we shot a line in there with Larry's homemade air cannon that he made for me. Okay, yeah, it's really dead. So definitely stay back from it in case I break something.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, it's super bad. There's no way I would, if I would have started climbing this without a safety line, I would have stopped right about here. Yeah, I'd say maybe, yeah, I don't know, probably get further away from it. Because it's really, really spongy.
Yeah, and I wish I could give you an idea of exactly how long it's been dead, but
I can tell. So he noticed it 2 years ago, Larry told me. But it's the kind that is weak all the way down. Like, it's super spongy on my spurs. It's like I may even be inclined to put a rope in it and pull it over just so that it's safer than going up to the top of it, because I don't want to wiggle it and break it under me.
yeah,
So
no
I'm
doubt.
going to be tied to it. We'll see. Let's play it by ear. I mean, I noticed that there wasn't a single needle left, so I knew it was a while ago. But the way my spurs are going in, it's like, you know, they just sink all the way, like a sponge.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm super glad we took the time to get a safety line in there. And I won't put any crazy forces on it as I go, because I am tied to it still.
Yeah.
If it were to break, I should have a breakaway carabiner on it, but I'll just take it easy. And the reason I'm spurring this is so that I don't have to spur the live one over there.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to wound that one.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be a problem, but I don't have to do it. So.
That didn't look good.
So it's softer on the bottom than it is up here. When you were a kid, did you go out and shake rotten trees until the tops broke out?
No.
Yeah, I did. And then you have to run around on the ground and try to dodge them. Or shoot an arrow straight up and then run around and try to not get hit.
Yeah, no doubt.
This is what this is. If I wiggle this too much, then I'll break it above me and I'll have to dodge it.
And you've got nowhere to run.
True, but oftentimes you're safer close to it. I got hit one time and got my arm broke by one that I ran out away from it. I'd have been safer just standing where I was at by the tree. Tell them, Larry, when you made your first air cannon and you came up on the hill here to use it, what happened?
I don't know. I paid attention and I learned how to make it, but came up and had a dead fir that needed to be taken down, and I came prepared with CO2 cartridges and my portable air tank, and by total luck I was able to get my first shot throw bag in, and perfect placement first time, which would never happen again, I'm sure.
Maybe, because today, so he makes one for me and my very first shot. I mean, when I get up close to it, I'll show you how. I mean, it was good. And that thing, like, it kicks. It was awesome. I mean, you gotta be happy when you make something and it works like exactly how you hoped.
I was totally amazed, because I went down and I bought a throw bag, and I was just testing air pressures standing on our property, and before you know it, I was at my next door neighbors knocking on their door asking if I could get into their backyard to get my throw bag back.
Yeah, the mad scientist.
Yeah.
Next door. All right, I'm gonna cut a few more. I would push this top out right now, but I'm afraid it'll put too much side force on the tree below me where it's real weak. I'm like sneaking up.
I see that. Wow, she is moving.
So when you're doing this and they're really, really weak, you try to stay closer to them so that you're not leaning out and putting more side force on it.
That makes sense. That's the same reason you're not taking the top out too soon, right?
Yeah, I don't want to put a bunch of side force on it. Yeah, believe it or not, going higher it might look scary to some, but it's actually safer. the wood isn't terrible right here. It's down there at the base that it's super weak.
Oh.
Yeah, my spurs are sinking here too.
So what would you recommend, like a yearly visual health check of trees on your property? So this doesn't happen?
No, I think you're on it. You'll be walking around, you'll see stuff. Just whatever the most aware version of yourself can do. But this is, at least it's in the woods. It would just wreck a fence and some trees if it tipped over. I guess it could wreck you if you were out here.
Yeah. Well, at least we don't hang out here much. We hang out more where the bucket truck is. That's our little area of solitude.
Hoo-wee. Yeah, some people would say, why? Just haul it. Well, it's crammed in here. There'd be quite a bit of collateral if we just fell it whole. So this cut I'm going to do now, it's called a slice. And you just have to be careful you don't get hit by the stuff that's going to be coming past you. But it'll cut, it won't put any side force on the tree really. Just had to follow through a little bit.
Looks like the dead tree's losing the battle. You're winning.
One thing I like about SRT is I don't have to worry about getting anything on my rope down there because the rope doesn't have to move for me to come down. I'm just coming down the rope. Where with DRT, for you to come down because you're on the other end of the rope, the side that's down there has to come up. I can still see the rings, but it's all kind of just like a biscotti cookie.
Nice and airy.
And that's up here. I think down where the water is more moist, it's probably worse. Just always the worst case scenario is weight above a weak spot. We don't care about dead trees at all if they're recently dead. They're stronger than green ones. They're like seasoned lumber. All right, I'll make the next one flat. That was lazy.
Well, plenty of summertime work to get piles ready for the fall to burn.
See, I know how. It's not somebody's lawn though, so
Yeah, exactly.
I don't try as hard.
It'd be so nice to have that tree down. It's been on my mind for a while.
Yeah, it's been on my mind for about half an hour. Your husband is a mad scientist.
He is actually. I don't think people can really appreciate the weight of a tree until they hear parts of it hit the ground.
Thump.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, it scares me even like when I drive up to one of my jobs where the guys are working and I'll just suddenly hear this loud crash and I'll be like, what was that? It's just them working.
Yeah.
It was nothing.
It's shocking when it hits the ground. It's shocking.
I believe a terrible thing happens every now and then with these oil caps.
Is it safe to assume that you're not allergic to poison oak?
No, I mean, I just have to work in it, and so I kind of,
Just prepare yourself for the itch.
well, it doesn't last long.
That's true.
It just goes away real quick. So like I might have some tomorrow, but the next day it'll be dried up.
Okay, then that's about how I react. He reacts differently.
I reacted real bad when I first got into it, but then I just stayed in it
Okay.
because I have to. When I first got into it, it was so horrible. I went to the hospital.
Oh god.
And they were like, yeah, you're screwed.
Here's some medication.
Yeah, here's some stuff that doesn't work.
These headsets are so cool.
Were you recording when he was up there?
I was recording up here, but he and I were talking the whole time.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Well, did you see the way I'm just curious if you were recording because the way the sun hit the sawdust,
Oh yeah.
it looked really cool.
That's when I said that it's powder. It's not even chips that the saw is creating.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
like biscotti powder.
Yeah. He was up
Looks
top.
pretty though.
Yeah, he was up top, and he's like, "It's like a biscotti." And I started laughing, like,
Listening in the
God, it feels so good to have that tree down.
I know it was bugging you. Understandably, now that you see how dead it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it has ring rot.
So August took that one first, and then the other one, and it's like the sun just opened up. It's like, oh. Yeah.
The angels were singing, and I was coming down.
Yeah.
All right, I switched over to DRT. Last tree of the day, so I'll just go real fast and take lots of chances. All right. How'd you like that? How'd you like working with me today? I hope I get to work with Larry again someday.